Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of First 5 p.m. here on WFRV Plus. I am your guest host. I'm sorry, used to saying host, guest host of the show. Blake Bortz. Indy is out today, so I get to step in his footsteps, and we're gonna get started right away into the show. We're gonna head out to Madison. That's where we're gonna find Local 5 Sports, Brianna Reinhart. Brianna, you are in Madison right now. What's going on? What's the atmosphere?
12 to the 32-yard line. First and 10,
There's games going on right now. How's it going out there in Madison?
Yeah, it's really good. It's actually not as cold as I was anticipating here today. But we are currently in the Division 5 game with Mayville versus Northwestern. Okay. Mayville is currently up 21-14, but I've seen a lot of Little Chute athletes and coaches coming on in, getting ready for their game at 7 p.m. that we'll be covering it against Winneconne. And I would say that the atmosphere is pretty good right now, but I expect it to get a little bit louder as the divisions go up.
Yeah, I know definitely what we've covered today, and it's the biggest game today in our market. It's Little Chute Winneconne, like you mentioned. What are you guys kind of looking for in this Division 4 game here?
Yeah, it should actually be a really tight matchup is what I'm anticipating. These are two phenomenal teams. It's always fun to see two local teams go at each other, but Winneconne is currently undefeated on the season, and Little Chute only has one loss so far this year, and it was actually against Winneconne in their very first game of the season. So it should be a fun matchup. Little Chute definitely going to be looking for that redemption, but I think it's going to be a pretty tight matchup. I think it's going to be a big defensive game, but yeah.
How fitting is it that they start their season against each other, and now they're ending it with a gold ball on the line? I think that's storybook right there.
Yeah, I don't think either team, that first game of the season would anticipate meeting each other at Camp Randall to finish their season, but it's definitely going to be an exciting one. And kind of just a little facts on the team. Little Chute is actually going for their first gold ball of the season.
Yeah.
The team has program history has never ever had one. And Winneconne has been here before, but it hasn't been since 2013. So
it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time, but obviously both teams are really hungry to get out there and bring that thing home. So,
just how cool is it to be at Camp Randall? And I can only imagine what these high school kids are thinking is that this is a dream stage, because this is the next step for them if they want to continue their playing career and have a chance to continue playing in state at Camp Randall. I was going to say but
the Camp Randall. I mean, I think it's really exciting for them to be here. It's even exciting being here as a reporter. This is just a huge stage to be on, and I think that the nerves are going to be really high for both teams. This isn't their normal high school football seating area, energy, anything like that. So I'll be curious to see how both teams kind of perform under that pressure. I'm not sure if you can even hear the fans right now.
We can see them. We can see them, though.
Yeah, you can see them. This is just a Division 4 matchup, D5 matchup. So I think it'll be a really cool experience for those kids to get out here, and obviously both Winneconne and Little Chute. This will be every single player's first time stepping foot at Camp Randall for a state game. So it'll be brand new for them.
I know that we had someone covering the send-offs, and I know we talked to two of the Little Chute players, and they said it's another game. Is that something that everyone should have that kind of mindset? For game, it's just another game realistically, but there's just unfortunately a lot more at stake. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you're a player and a coach, you have to go into the game thinking like that, because you don't want the pressure to get too much of you, where you underperform. But ultimately, it is another game, and like we said, both these teams have already met up this season, and now they're just going to step foot on an even bigger stage. But it's nothing that they're not familiar with. I think both these teams are probably different teams than when they first started, because first game of the season, you're kind of learning who matches up with who, and kind of getting all your play calling down, and there's injuries throughout the season. So it's definitely going to be a new matchup for this team, but I think that they should definitely go into it thinking this is another game just with a gold ball on the line.
Yeah, no, and I feel that was gonna be my next question. Is obviously they met in week 1, and they go through a whole season. Do you think that they took anything away from that week 1 matchup against each other? I mean, the score was 14-6. I would imagine it's going to be a more high scoring game this time around.
Yeah, I think that it's really difficult to base stats off your first game of the season. I think that these are two different teams from then. Sorry.
No, you're
Um,
good.
but I mean, I wasn't sure if I lost you for a second there.
No, you're good.
But both these teams historically throughout the season have put a lot of points up on the board. So I would anticipate it being a high scoring game. But when I was looking back at um, all their games throughout the season, Winnicott held Little Chute to the least amount of points that they have scored all season. Same with Little Chute held Winnicott the least amount of points they scored this season. So I think their first game was like a 14-6 game.
Okay.
And 14 points is the least amount of points Winnicott has scored an entire game, and then 6 points for Little Chute is the least amount. So I anticipate it being either a very high scoring game or both these defenses are going to step up, and we're going to be waiting to get highlights because it's going to be really tight.
No, yeah, it definitely is going to be a very good game. I won't lie, there were some fans from whatever school is playing. They're going behind you. I don't know if you saw that.
Everyone's getting excited. I mean, these kids are hyped up. Look, we're in the third quarter, and I don't think the energy has died down at all. And even when I was kind of doing some stand-ups at the field, we got a lot of excited fans that always come up behind me, and you can tell the energy is high, especially headed into the D4 game.
So yeah, I'll ask you one question away from football. What's been the process? What time did you get to Camp Randall? What have you kind of been doing? What's on the docket for the rest of the day, rest of the night for you guys?
Yeah. Well, Carson will be here shortly. I know he headed from the station, but I drove from Manitowoc up here today. Didn't run into too much traffic. But I think I left around, it was like 1:30, and I got here just after 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Kind of came in, hauled all of my gear. I was already sweating, so maybe that's why I think it's not so cold right now, because you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
And parking here is a little different than parking at a high school game.
Yep.
So had to deal with that, but settled into all of our media stuff and filmed a couple stand-ups, talked to a couple fans, and now we're out here on the field getting ready for game.
All right, so I'm gonna have to ask you. What's your score prediction for this game tonight?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. I think it's gonna be very close at halftime, if not tied around 14-14. Ultimately, I would love for Little Chute to come away with a win to kind of have that redemption game and get that first gold ball of their program history. But I do think that Winnicott is going to come out on top, and I think it's going to be 28-14.
All right, we're gonna have to hold you to that one tonight. We'll see if we'll see if it comes true. But thank you, Brianna. You guys can make sure to catch her and Carson out there tonight and tomorrow. We'll have highlights from tonight's Little Chute Winnicott game tonight at 10. Brianna, thank you again so much for joining us, and have fun out there. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm ready to cheer. Yep.
Ready to cheer. All right. Thank you guys so much. We will be right back. We're gonna head to commercial break. Welcome back here to First 5 p.m. on WFRV Plus. I am still your guest host, Blake Bortz. Give me 1 second. We gotta switch some things around. We have a new guest in here. I'm gonna mic him up. Who wants to? If people at home, we'll give them a quick guess. They can't see him yet. Oh, they can see the CG though. Hold on. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I think Woohoo! It is Daniel Schuster. Daniel, how is it going today, my man?
Great. Are we always screaming into the microphone? Or?
I normally do. I normally get told every time that I really need to dial it back, but I just can't.
Is Indy okay? What's up with Indy today?
I texted him. I made sure he said he's all right. He said he's very unfortunate to miss the show, but he'll be
worried about him.
Well, we all do. He'll be back. He missed our all hands meeting, and he didn't hear my shout out I gave him today.
Yeah, darn. Yeah, he always gets a bunch because he's a hard worker and he does a darn good job.
Yes, he does
running this show. So
so do you, my man.
Thank you, and you do too. And thanks for on Indy's behalf. Thank you for stepping in today.
Of course.
We got to keep First 5 p.m. going. We got to keep it going. Got
to keep her on the tracks. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to see Daniel on TV today. No. He was busy doing something else, and Hometown Hero.
Yeah, so this week's Hometown Hero is a little bit of a tie into Thanksgiving. It's a very cool story that came my way a few weeks ago, and we got it set up, and today it was really, really cool. It's
awesome.
It's on a 97-year-old man.
Oh, wow.
named Bob Charles. He was in World War II, and
Okay.
there's not a lot of people who fought in World War II still hanging around.
Yep.
So it was really a pleasure to talk to him,
Mhm.
but I wish I could have sat there for another 5 hours because this man had stories for days.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but like, no, I don't want to give too much of the story.
No,
away.
not at all.
So tomorrow, you can expect. It's a story about how him and his brother, they were separated for 3 years. His brother ended up getting drafted years before he did.
Okay.
And then, so Bob ended up getting into the war just as it was ending in 1945. And his brother had been at war for 3 years already.
Okay.
So he had no idea where his brother even was.
Oh, wow.
And for 3 years, they didn't talk.
That's crazy.
It's a long time. And one day for Thanksgiving, he got a call. He thought it was just going to be a normal day on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Navy. I probably should have prefaced that a little bit. But he was in the Navy. He was working in an engine room. One day in the engine room, they called him up to come to the main deck. He goes to the main deck, and he sees his brother. So it's a
Wow.
story about that. And
That's awesome.
It was a really, really cool story. And then after that, I've talked to a lot of veterans who, at the end of their service, trying to transition into like civilian life
Yeah.
is kind of like always a big deal.
Mhm.
Kind of a lot of people struggle with that. He missed battle, like he didn't get to see any battle,
Mhm.
and two, he like was completely okay transitioning out of veteran or out of service.
Yep.
And he came back and he was a police officer here in Green Bay for 33 years.
That's awesome.
A story he told me that I can talk about because it's not in my actual package that you'll see tomorrow. But he was a police officer for 33 years in Green Bay, and one of his jobs, he was always at the Packers games,
Mhm.
and so he would be on the field before the game started. And sometimes Paul Herning and Bart Starr would be on the field when they shouldn't be. And before Coach Lambeau came out to tell them to get back, or not Lambeau, Lombardi came back outside to tell them to get back inside. Our friend Bob Charles would tell them to go back inside before he would be the
Oh my
in-between
goodness.
man. So he's got funny stories like that. And also another one was there was a Jeep on the Navy ship that he was on, and his captain told him to get rid of it. He doesn't know why. He thinks there is something on that in or on that Jeep
Okay.
that shouldn't be on the ship.
Okay.
So they told him to just get rid of it. I don't care how you do it. So they went on the island and they went to go trade it in. And of course, if people were like, "All right, well, how much cash are you thinking for this?" They're like, we don't want cash. So they just took like 17 cases of beer back onto the ship.
Huh.
So
Very
that
nice.
was very funny.
Very nice.
But yeah, story for days.
That's why I like to always say the hometown hero stories are always my favorite to do.
They're fun to do.
Because
Plus-
you always hear different stories about everyone's time in service and then
Right.
and then what they did when they got out and all that. And I think those are just my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, big time. And at this point, like I've done a World War II veteran, a Vietnam veteran, somebody who just recently got out of the Coast Guard who was stationed up north in Door County.
Oh, I remember that one.
That was a fun one too. I mean, they're all fun, but I
Yes.
mean, I feel like I've hit almost the entire or I've also done the Iraq War veteran, and I feel like I've almost hit the entire spectrum of what you can,
it's
interview.
just it's just
So it's been
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
I love doing them. And then we'll talk about yesterday's story because me and Indeed, we really didn't talk about many stories yesterday. The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
That-
Fun fact. If you didn't know, if you look it up right now, it'll tell you. If you look up where did the Wizard of Oz first premiere,
Mhm.
and then it will tell you Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
Yep.
That is just not true. It happened right here in Green Bay.
Right here in Titletown.
In the thriving metropolis of Green Bay, it happened. And it happened at the Orpheum Theater, which is now a vacant building, and it used to be Confetti's nightclub. It was around.
Okay.
It was Confetti's was around like long before us, probably.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard of that, but I mean, it's vacant now. So I was there yesterday, and I talked to a historian yesterday about all the facts. So, in August 10th, 1939.
Wow, that's crazy. You can remember these dates.
Well, I mean, I fully immersed myself in this yesterday.
I mean, yeah, you have to.
And it was funny. I was telling my mom about my day yesterday too, and like she was like, "The Wizard of Oz was like one of the first movies that you're like watching religiously." Always asked me to put it on and everything. So I really enjoyed the movie ever since I was young, and I
Yep.
feel like a lot of people are in the same boat with that. But it was really fun to get into. But in August 10th, 1939, there was an article that came out in Green Bay's newspaper saying that the movie is premiering here tonight. 2 days later, it would premiere in Oconomowoc. And I saw newspaper articles and records that prove all of this.
Okay.
And there was an overzealous reporter in Oconomowoc.
Oh, boy.
Or not reporter, an editor in the newspaper.
Yep.
Who was bragging and pretty much declaring that claiming that they were the ones to premiere it first in all of in the entirety of it.
Come on, Oconomowoc.
Not true, but and the historian also told me that like the Wizard of Oz has always had like a really big history here in Green Bay.
Yep.
In 1910, they had not the movie, but there was a play version of it, a theatrical version of it.
Okay.
That came to Green Bay, and then after that, there was 2 solid movies, which were mute movies. They were black and white, completely black and white, and silent films. That was even before the real one came, or the main one came out.
Okay,
the one that we all know.
Yep.
And so, like, I asked him why Green Bay? Why did they decide to have it here?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. You would think that it maybe be in like New York.
Yeah, but then he told me that the play had come through, the traveling musical had come through. So like I assumed that just because maybe the community here had a familiarity with it already.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of drew it to. But he thinks, the historian I talked to thinks it had something to do with the Orpheum Theater.
Okay.
And the Orpheum Theater was a big deal back in the day. It was the biggest movie theater in all of Wisconsin, I believe.
Yeah,
so,
that sounds right.
No, but yeah, it was that was a really fun thing to get into yesterday. Another little story he told me about it that didn't make the package. There was a local businessman who had a children's clothing store.
Okay.
And he did a sale where if you bought $1 worth of clothing, which is probably $100 back then.
I was gonna say imagine what that turns out to now.
Just being dramatic, but the so if you bought $1 worth of clothing, you get a free ticket, and also with that he took every orphan from the town's orphanage, every single one of them. He took them to the movie. And
oh wow!
Apparently, yeah, a lot of kids were actually scared of the Wizard of Oz because one, I mean, like the Munchkins were pretty freaky. I mean, like not like, they were the way it was a little creepy. And then the
I'd be afraid of the Tin Man,
the witch, and the monkeys. There's also those flying monkeys.
And
everything. Yeah. So like there was some like scary parts to it too, and like every single kid that he brought screamed the entire movie.
Oh my goodness,
so that was a little funny too.
Well, you want to know what I did today? It's the day in the life of a reporter. It's
run around.
I was scheduled to go to court. Uncle Fester was back in court, and the hope was it was going to be longer than what his other past 2 ones have been.
Never is.
No, it was not. It was we were in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so then we pivoted. I also went to help shoot a VOSAT today with Grace, one of our photographers. Mason Manor got some upgrades, so
okay,
rooms are nice.
So
they were nice. That was fun, different, I guess.
Yeah.
So then it pivoted to doing the send-offs for Little Shoot Winnicott. Just talked to Brianna out there in Madison. Place is jumping. They're not playing jump around, but they're jumping.
No, really.
There's.
I'm sure Jump Around is in the loop.
They're in the middle of Division 5 right now, and
nice.
There's a good amount of fans out there in Camp Randall. But
yep.
No, it's the day in the life of a reporter, man. You know it, I know it. There's always that time, always those times where you get the old run around, and I mean, hey,
you think you're doing one thing,
and then
2 hours later you're on something completely different. In your case, you're on 2 different things.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I mean, like, yeah, those days happen. Those days
they do,
where you can do. You think you have 3 different stories, and it ends up being something else.
I'm excited. I got something in the works for the Bears game. We got something in the works, so we may have a story that day. Unfortunate, the game got flexed to 3:30, so my Sunday is gonna be real long.
The noon games, I love them. You can't ask for anything better, especially as covering or reporting on them.
Yeah, for being the nighttime on Sunday,
it's huge.
I'm excited. I get to fill in for you in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first weekend in
December. Weekend of December. Get to be nightside Saturday, Sunday night.
Yeah,
exciting times.
It is exciting times, and we got who is this Sunday? Packers,
Vikings.
That's right.
Noon, Lambeau.
Yep. It'll be jumping.
So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna make some picks for this weekend.
Let's do it.
And but you know what time it is first? I think we gotta go to break first. We're going to go to break, guys, when we come back. We're going to make our picks for week 12. Sure. We'll be back right after this commercial break. We almost accidentally went back to break, but I think we fixed it. Oh, we're back. We gotta go with this one. Here we go. Indy's not here, and we get to do Perry, NFL Perry again.
Woo.
We're doing picks for this week. I feel like there's nothing better to talk about on a Thursday. It's my Friday.
Oh, that's huge.
It's my Friday,
Wow,
and
congrats.
off the next 2 days, and then I'll be here at 4:30. I love doing the Sunday morning show. I really do. But 4:30 comes early when it's like,
It does.
oh, I get the day off on Saturday, and then it's like I need to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
So you have like kind of like a half day off.
And then it's like, and then I'll anchor the show, and then normally there's a story to do on Sunday, and so I'll go do a story, and then or I go help Cam with Green and Gold game day, and it's just, and then it's nice because then I can be done with work at like 1 o'clock.
That's the best part about it. So that's what, every time I do the morning show, that's what I just think about the entire time. I'm like, all right, I'll be done work with like pretty much a full day to do whatever I want. But
Full
at the
day
end
of
of
football.
Well, that's great on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But like on a weekday, you get done and it's like, oh, I have work tomorrow and I'm really, really tired right now.
I know it's quite unfortunate the struggles we go through as young reporters and fill-in anchors.
Well,
It's a joy. I love it.
Schedule is ever changing.
Always,
Ebbs and
always.
flows.
You know what a schedule is also changing? The NFL
The
schedule.
NFL, baby.
Bears Packers in 2 weeks got flexed to 325.
Finally starting to get back into the division games after just one.
The best. Hey, the next 3 games are all NFC North.
Yes, sir.
But first, we got to get through tonight's game. The Bills are heading to Houston. What do you got here? I know who I'm taking.
So I didn't get to watch the Texans last weekend, but I heard Davis Mills was dicing up.
He was, and then he also wasn't. He really was in. It was Tennessee. They almost lost.
Yeah, it's also Tennessee.
But I feel like, Buffalo. Yes? No? We taking Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, they did just lose to a really crappy team, too.
Yeah.
The Dolphins. But
Hey,
yeah,
but they came back. Hey, they had Josh Allen threw 6 touchdowns against Baker Mayfield.
that was really
Or
true.
combined for 6 touchdowns.
Oh, I just didn't really get to watch football at all last weekend, so I'm thinking of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, no, Bills safe bet.
All
I'm
right.
at Steelers immediately. Give me Steelers.
Aaron Rodgers' wrist is magically healed.
Oh, really? Wow. Interesting. So
He's going to Soldier Field for the first time since.
Ben Johnson's gonna have a lot of fun with playing against that Steelers
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be
should be a really good game.
New England or Cincinnati. I just want to take Cincinnati out of spite because of Ryan
Why?
Kudish.
Oh yeah,
Just out of
that's
spite,
true.
but
yeah, but no,
realistically, no. It's
we
New
want to
England.
stay. We want to stay in the winning column here.
We'll stay with New England here. Giants and Detroit.
It'd be really cool if the Giants won, but I don't see that happening.
Winston almost diced up Green Bay.
Yeah, but I'll give them, Lions at home. Why not? Right?
No, we'll go that. We got Minnesota, Green Bay. If
Obviously.
Dude,
it's 9.
If it's a tie game in the fourth quarter, I think Minnesota wins because JJ McCarthy I love that man with all my heart. But
even the games that he has lost, he looks really good in the fourth quarter. He has always been that
insane.
quarterback. He's always been that quarterback.
I know,
he
it's
looks
right.
really, really bad for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter is like putting it all together.
that's what I'm saying. It was the same thing at Michigan. First 3 quarters, he was
Plus Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Like him late in the game, like he is really good with the clock. He's really good in those tight situations, but I still gotta go. I'm still going
if they're
Green
down
Bay.
in the fourth, I don't like Green Bay's chances. Seattle looking to rebound after Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions again, going against Tennessee.
Hey, they were still in it.
They were. That's what
somehow.
that's what I was saying too. Seattle gets it done. I would say
This is gonna be a great game.
Colts versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-5, currently out of the postseason right now.
I don't see that lasting for too long.
I think they get it done. I think Mahomes is going to find a way at home at Arrowhead against this Colts team. I don't think Daniel Jones has got the chops this week.
He's got to bring his chops for sure. But I feel like every week I'm kind of rooting against him to kind of be like, all right, there's no way you are actually this good.
I know it's
like because I hate to be wrong. I'm a man, and like I have tendencies to want to be right, and I just can't understand how Daniel Jones has like been seeing God ever since he's been on the Colts. But
it's remarkable.
But like I'm a Giants hater though, so like this is kind of cool for that. But,
okay. Tyrod Taylor versus his old team, first team in the NFL, Baltimore Ravens. It's Tyrod Taylor in the year 2025.
In Baltimore.
I didn't mean to click the Jets.
starting to get really cold in there. You meant to click the Jets?
No, I meant to click the Ravens. Tyrod Taylor's throwing 3 interceptions, and Justin Fields will see the field again.
I can see that being a really just crappy game.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was either. Shador is starting. He's got the wrist. I could probably show you all my draft videos of me yelling about Shador. But we're gonna go with. I'm gonna take the Raiders. I think Shador just has a horrid game.
That is the clash of the trash. Right
It's
there.
unfortunate right there.
And I'm a Geno Smith guy, West Virginia alumni.
I've
been waiting for him to not write back this year, and it has not happened. He
wrote back and said, "My bad."
It looks god awful.
Not good.
Always rooting for you, Gino. Pull it together, buddy. If you're watching WFRV Plus, Gino, we're rooting for you on this side of the table.
Jacksonville, Arizona. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence in a heartbeat.
Did you see Jacoby Myers has been going off for them?
He's been doing great.
I feel like anybody who got traded has been immediately.
They've been doing good.
Back,
speaking of getting traded, Jalen Phillips.
Yeah.
Well, this is the one game. I'm taking Dallas. I'm taking Dallas this week.
Who are they playing? I can't even.
Philly.
See. Oh.
I'm taking Dallas. I think that this is an upset game for Philly. Philly has struggled. They struggled against Green Bay. They struggled against Detroit. That offense is in a lull. I think Dallas, once this whatever happened with Lamb and Pickens and they're not going out at Las Vegas, we'll be fine. I'm taking Dallas in an upset this week.
I think I'm kind of leaning more towards Dallas, but I don't know. It's like both. I could see both of them really struggling.
It'll be interesting
defensively. Like
correct,
it's gonna be like a 30 to 20 something game. Like
we got a minute left in show. We're gonna rapid fire the last 3.
Okay.
Atlanta, New Orleans. Kirk Cousins is back in the helm. He'll start the rest of the year.
No, he looks really bad though when he played.
I'm taking the Saints.
Give me Kirk.
All right, we're taking Kirk, and then Sunday night. Reminiscent of that 2021 NFC divisional wild card, whatever, with Brady and Stafford. Instead, it's Baker and Stafford.
Rams have been looking really, really
Rams
good.
are good. Devontae is basically going to score a touchdown every week. And then it's the Niners and the Panthers. Give me a stunner.
Give me the Panthers.
Carolina.
Yeah, give me the Panthers.
Give me
I can see that.
Carolina. I think that's
Bryce Young went off. Was it last weekend or the week before? I can't
It
remember.
was this weekend.
Okay,
he did really
went
well.
Off, yeah.
He went off. Well, we got 30 seconds to fill the show here. Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and thank anybody out there watching.
I always like to say, I get the guests. Indy can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Indy can never get me, dude. Indy can never. He'd have to pay me extra.
You have to pay me.
But if anybody out there is interested in watching my hometown hero story on Bob Charles, make sure to tune in bright and early tomorrow morning, or you could just catch it on our website. It gets posted regardless.
All right, thanks, guys.